staring at the Polaroids taped upon the glass, watching all that we were turn into the past. We had a secret language, a map only we knew. But now I'm just a traveler who's lost the trail to you. The coffee's getting colder in the mug you used to hold, and suddenly this kitchen feels 1,000 winters cold. We were supposed to face the dark and find the light together. We promised we'd be brave enough to weather any weather, but now the weir's broken and the ice is falling through. How am I supposed to love when I can't love together with you? No, I can't love together with you. I reach across the mattress, but I only find the sheets. The loneliest vibration is a heart that skips its beat. You took the together and left me the blue. Now there's nothing left to do but miss the way we used to love together. I kept the secrets you didn't even tell. I learned the rhythm of your breathing so well. I was the safety net you never had to see, while you were busy trying to break away from me. I polished all your edges, I carried every weight. I stayed up late praying while you left it all to fade. You saw the surface, you saw the smile I wore, but you never looked deep enough. Who's found your old sweater in the back of the drawer? It doesn't smell like your skin or your scent anymore. I'm looking at photos where our eyes used to shine, back when your hand fit so perfectly in mine. Now you're a stranger and I'm just a ghost, mourning the version of us I love most. I don't cry for the goodbye or the way that it ends. I don't cry for the maybe or can we be friends. I don't cry for the future that's blurred and obscure. I cry over what we were when our love was so pure. We were golden, we were fire, we were gravity defying. Now I'm just staring at the ashes and I can't stop the crying. I miss the us that didn't know how to break. I miss the you before every mistake. Yeah, I cry over what we were, just for old time's sake. I dressed up my heart in its Sunday best. I put every maybe and if to the test. I stood in the light where the lucky ones stand, waiting for fate to reach out for my hand. But the music played on and the partners were paired. I'm the only secret that nobody shared. I saw the spark in the eyes of the crowd. I heard the forever being whispered out loud. I fought for the feeling, I fell to my knee. But when it was time, love didn't choose me. It's not that I'm bitter, it's not that I'm cold. It's just getting heavy, this hand that I hold. Just me and my shadow, a party of one. The lights are all dimming, the dancing is done. I'm a beautiful book that nobody will read. I have so much gift, but and I'm learning to be okay with the me. I've tried to give my keys to someone new, to find a different path that doesn't lead to you. I've walked 1,000 miles to change the scenery, but every road I take brings back a memory. They say the world keeps spinning and I'm falling behind, but how do I move on when you're the only world I find? You can take your name off the leaves and the door. You can say you don't feel this way anymore. You can travel the ocean and find someone new, but my heart is still yours. It's still beating for you. Yeah, my heart is still yours. It didn't get the news. It's a stubborn thing, this love in my chest. It won't listen to reason, it won't give it a rest. It's waiting for a home that doesn't exist. So go on and be happy, go on and be free. Don't worry about the pieces you left here with me. I'll stay in the silence where the memories are blurred, knowing my heart is still yours, forever still yours.
I spent 3 years trying to solve for the why, looking for the truth in a 2020 fly. I thought you were the destination, thought you were the home, the solid ground I needed so I wouldn't have to roam. I put my faith in the friction, I put my heart in the fire. I built a whole religion on a beautiful liar, but the smoke is finally cleared and the ashes have set. and I'm looking at the wreckage without the regret. You weren't the forever that I saw in the dark. You were just a flint that was meant to find the spark, to burn down the fences I had built around my soul, to show me all the pieces that could never make me whole. I had to lose my footing just to learn how to stand. Had to watch the water wash the castle from the sand. You were the storm that I needed to survive, to remind me what it feels like to be truly alive. And now I see you clearly in the rearview light. Not a tragedy of heaven, not a victim of the night. You were a hard-learned chapter, a sharp and jagged line, a necessary balance in a life that's only mine. It wasn't meant to last, it was only meant to teach that some things are beautiful but meant to stay out of reach. I'm letting go of the us and the should have been above. You were a lesson, you were never the love. I'm taking back the power, I'm taking back the time. I'm cleaning out the rhythm and I'm changing up the rhyme. I don't need a savior, and I don't need a ghost. I'm the one who's standing where I used to hurt the most. The scars are just a map of where I've already been, a history of the battles that I didn't have to win. I'm wiser for the silence, I'm stronger for the break, and I'm finally okay with every single mistake. And now I see you clearly in the rearview light. Not a tragedy of heaven, not a victim of the night. You were a hard-learned chapter, a sharp and jagged line, a necessary balance in a life that's only mine. It wasn't meant to last, it was only meant to teach that some things are beautiful but meant to stay out of reach. I'm letting go of the us and the should have been above. You were a lesson, you were never the love. In 2020 splits, the air is getting clear. I'm leaving all the if onlys in the ghost of last year. Thank you for the heartbreak, thank you for the pain, for the way you let me wither, just to teach me about the rain. I'm walking out the door with a different kind of grace, because I finally found a mirror that can look me in the face. have been above. You were a lesson, you were never the love, never the love. I've had enough. Close the book. Don't you look. Just a lesson. Just a lesson.
Sitting at the desk where the 2025 winter light is catching on the ink before it vanishes from sight. I found an envelope, a stamp, and a piece of heavy cream to document the fragments of a half-forgotten dream. My hand is slightly shaking, the words are hard to find, to translate all the wreckage that you left inside my mind. I'm not looking for an answer, I'm not looking for a stay. I'm just folding up the things I never had the nerve to say. It's a love letter to a ghost, a message to the wind, a catalog of everywhere that we have ever sinned. I'm spilling out the secrets, I'm pouring out the grace across the empty hollow of this wide and silent space. It's the truth without the armor, it's the heart without the shield, the only honest territory that I've ever had to yield. No send button to press, no screen to hide the line, just a love letter to the version of you that's no longer mine. I remember how you looked in the kitchen at the dawn, before the easy rhythm of our rust was finally gone. I'm writing down the way you laugh, the way you say my name, to keep the memory alive, to keep the dying flame. I'm chronicling the small things, the habits and the quirks, the complicated machinery of how a spirit works. Maybe when I'm finished, when the final period's set, I can finally let go of the gravity of regret. It's a love letter to a ghost, a message to the wind, a catalog of everywhere that we have ever sinned. I'm spilling out the secrets, I'm pouring out the grace across the empty hollow of this wide and silent space. It's the truth without the armor, it's the heart without the shield. messenger. The ash will be the end. A final conversation with a lover and a friend.
The suitcase is standing like a soldier by the door. A final boundary on this cold and hardwood floor. I see you checking the time on your phone, practicing the walk into the great unknown. I've got 1,000 questions and 1,000,000 if onlys too, but they're just anchors that would only weigh down you. The sunlight's hitting the dust in the hall, highlighting the shadows where we used to stand tall. But before you go, just give me one more minute of the light before you turn the corner and dissolve into the night. Tell me that the good parts were a 20/20 dream, that we were once as solid as we used to seem. I'm not asking for a reason, and I'm not asking for a stay. I'm just trying to memorize your face before it fades away. Just one more breath before the silence starts to grow. That's all I'm asking before you go. I see you reaching for the handle of the gate while I'm standing the silence starts to grow. That's all I'm asking before you go. The silence starts to grow. That's all I'm asking before you go. Before you go. The room is getting cold. The story is told. Just go, just go.
Gold is sitting in a velvet box underneath the bed with the rusted locks. It's just a circle of a hollow lie, a cold reflection of a deadened sky. I remember the chapel in the 2020 fall heat, the white of the lake in the dust of the street. You looked me in the eye and you spoke a word, the most beautiful promise I'd ever heard. Now it's Jubilee, swallow streets. The mirror is like ice, I'm paying the interest, and I'm paying the price for believing in always, for believing in us, while you were just turning our future to dust. The ink on the paper is beginning to fade, just like the person that you once portrayed. You didn't need a weapon to tear me apart. You just used the silence of a changing heart. And it's a broken vow, hanging in the air, a ghost in the hallway, a weight on the stair. Every I do has turned to I don't. Every I will has become I won't. You shattered the altar and you burned down the home, leaving me standing in the wreckage alone. No holy water can wash off the stain of a broken vow in the middle of the rain. I saw you tonight with a different light, at the edge of the neon, in the edge of the night. You weren't wearing the ring, you weren't wearing the shame. You were just a stranger with a familiar name. I wanted to scream, I wanted to cry, to ask for the truth behind the effective lie. But the covenant's dead and the spirit has fled, leaving nothing but the echoes of the things that you said. And it's a broken vow, hanging in the air, a ghost in the hallway, a weight on the stair. Every I do has turned to I don't. Every I will has become I won't. You shattered the altar and you burned down the home, leaving me standing in the wreckage alone. No holy water can wash off the stain of a broken vow in the middle of the rain. They say that till death is the end of the line, but you killed the forever when you were still mine. You walked out on the meaning, you walked out on the grace, leaving a vacuum in this hallowed space. I'm a witness to the murder of a sacred thing, watching the winter kill the memory of spring. And it's a broken vow, hanging in the air, a ghost in the hallway, a weight on the stair. Every I do has turned to I don't. Every I will has become I won't. You shattered the altar and you burned down the home, leaving me standing in the wreckage alone. story told. Broken vow, broken vow.
The steam is rising off a ceramic sky as I watch the city 2024's morning crawl on by. The sheets are still messy on your side of the bed, a tangled reminder of the things that we said. I'm sitting in the kitchen in your oversized shirt, where the light hits the linoleum and the old hidden dirt. The air is stale with the ghost of a night that we burned to the ground before the first light. And I'm tasting the memory in my coffee breath, a bittersweet linger of a slow, quiet death of the us that we were, of the plans that we made, now dissolving in the shadows and the morning light shade. It's dark and it's heavy, it's jagged and black, the kind of bitter comfort that you can't take back. Just a stained porcelain cup and a heart left to death, waking up lonely with my coffee breath. I check the screen, but it's just the same news. Another great day for the weary and used. The clock on the microwave is blinking a light, counting the seconds as the forever goes by. I can still smell your skin in the steam of the brew, a phantom addiction I can't quite undo. I take another sip just to feel the burn, to drown out the lesson I'm forced to learn. And I'm tasting the memory in my coffee breath, a bittersweet linger of a slow, quiet death of the us that we were, of the plans that we made, now dissolving in the shadows and the morning light shade. It's dark and it's heavy, it's jagged and black, a kind of bitter comfort that you can't take back. Just a stained porcelain cup and a heart left to death, waking up lonely with my coffee breath. Maybe I'll pour it all down the sink to stop the clock and to stop the thing. But the flavor is deep and the ritual's strong. It's the only thing left that still feels like I belong. In this empty apartment, in this cold winter year, where the only thing certain is that you aren't here. Cold at the bottom. Yeah, I think I've forgotten how to awaken without this cup, coffee breath.
Slows to a car, bending on thin rain breeze nothing.
The screen is glowing blue in the middle of the night, casting every shadow in the harsh electronic light. I'm hovering the cursor over a folder labeled home, a digital museum where I used to not be alone. 4,000 memories, 5 years in every bite, a systematic history of what we didn't get right. My fingers on the button, my breath is getting thin, preparing for the vacancy to finally begin. There's the photo from the canyon, the one where you were laughing before the 2025 winter started all the havoc. There's the video of nothing, just the way the light would fall across your messy hair as you stood against the wall. Every candid second is a witness to the light that we were once a forever under a summer sky. If I click remove all, does the feeling go? Does the ghost just find a desperate, darker place to stay? I'm scrubbing out the geotags, the places that we met, trying to convince the harbor to finally forget. The restaurant, the shoreline, the street where we first kissed, and now they're just coordinates that no longer exist. It's so much easier on the screen than in the chest to put the haunted evidence to a permanent dark rest. I'm deleting the proof of us, file by hollow file, erasing every pixel, every look, and every smile. The algorithm's watching as I tear the world apart, empty the recycle bin of a fractured human heart. No metadata left to track, no recently deleted view, just a clean synthetic silence in the place of me and you. A digital execution, a final cold release, deleting the proof of us to find the desperate peace. But the brain is in a hard drive, I can't just wipe the cache. I can't undo the friction or the gravity of the crash. There's no factory reset for the way I feel your ghost in the empty morning hours when I need the logic most. The drive says space available, the disk is wide and free, but I'm still full of everything that's left of you and me. I'm deleting the proof of us, file by hollow file, erasing every pixel, every look, and every smile. The algorithm's watching as I tear the world apart, emptying the recycle bin of a fractured human heart. No metadata left to track, no recently deleted view, just a clean synthetic silence in the place of me and you. A digital execution, a final cold release, deleting the proof of us to find a desperate peace. File not found, no more sound, empty space, no more face, format complete.
A digit pulse slows down and drops in pitch until it sounds like a machine powering on. The piano plays one final note.
unsteady tune, the shadows long and heavy in the 2020 fair afternoon. You're holding on to my hand, your knuckles turning white, trying to pull me back from the encroaching night. But the pain is finally lifted, the weight is falling away. I'm watching all the colors bleed into the gray. Don't look at me with pity, don't look at me with fear. I found the kind of quiet I've been seeking for a year. And I'm dying with a smile, 'cause I'm thinking of the beach, of the summer days in April that were just within our reach. I'm dying with a smile, 'cause I can see the way you laughed before the world got heavy and the winter got so draft. It's not a sad conclusion, it's not a bitter end. I'm just drifting with the current, just around the bend, with the memory of your mercy and the glory of your grace. I'm dying with a smile upon my tired, happy face. Do you remember that kitchen where we danced at 2 a.m. before the if and maybe and the what becomes of them? I'm playing back the highlights, I'm running through the reels, forgetting all the damage in the way the needle feels. I'm seeing every sunrise that we watched from the hood of the car, and I realize that I've loved you exactly as you are. The breath is getting shallow, the light is getting dim, but I'm filled with every blessing right up to the brim. When I'm dying with a smile, 'cause I'm thinking of the beach, of the summer days in April that were just within our reach. I'm dying with a smile, 'cause I can see the way you laughed before the world got heavy and the winter got so draft. It's not a sad conclusion, it's not a bitter end. I'm just drifting with the current, just around the bend, with the memory of your mercy and the glory of your grace. I'm dying with a smile upon my tired, happy face. Don't let the silence haunt you when the room gets cold and still. I'm leaving you my courage and the power of my will, to live 1,000 lifetimes, to see the world for me, to find the hidden beauty in the things you couldn't see. I'm just a breath away now, I'm just a closing door, but I've never felt this peaceful, this certain anymore. I'm thinking of the beach, of the summer days in April that were just within our reach. I'm dying with a smile,
plays a final, major chord, bright and peaceful, the sound of a long, contented exhale fades into the sound of a soft, distant wind.